There's my friends. I'm sorry, but my DMs, I don't know what happened. I cannot get the daggum things to load. I've done everything, updates, resets, deleting, all of that. I don't know what's wrong. I'm sure IG will fix it soon, but if I'm not ignoring you. We have not reached that point. I am working on that, but I'm sure it'll be fixed because it's only been a couple of hours. So I am going to post that look that I had on yesterday in my story. It's actually a recreation of an Angelina Jolie look, so it's really grungy and very overdrawn lips. Of course, I don't have those Angelina Jolie lips. That post will be an ad, but this is not going to be an ad. And this is the palette that I used. Tell me that's not 90s grunge perfection. We're going over here today, okay? We're getting all of you. We're doing it. We might add a little bit of this warm tone, but this palette, beautiful. You know what? I will say City Color just never lets me down. Y'all know that this is actually one of my favorite palettes. You can tell it's one of my faves. It's right there. The Abstract palette, I love this one. This is so good, and these are so affordable. Again, this isn't an ad. This is just, I have to tell you, I love them so much. Y'all see them all the time. And then the City Color bases, you see it all the time. And really quickly before we get started, we have just a few left. I'm in awe. That's where I was most of the day. Literally just sitting here like this, like, how? Thank you. Thank you so much. Ben and I appreciate you so much. So just a few left. You know, I try my best to never cause hype over products, but this is almost gone. And since it has our hero here, that C41, we aren't going to be restocking this complete complexion. So if you want to get it, now's the time. Okay, let's put makeup on. Let's grab some clean canvas on a C31. And if you've ever wondered, I talk about this sometimes, but I know it can be confusing about placement when it comes to this, but I don't really know where I'm going with my look. So it's always best for me just to kind of start from my lash line and take that up to my brow bone. And let me show you really quickly, since we have 1 minute slides, let me show you really quickly how much I pick up on my brush. It's really important, especially now that our camera here focuses. So that's how much is on my brush for one eye. That's going to be enough. And then I also want you to make sure that it's completely even across the lid space. So we're going to start with this shade, and this is going to be our first transition. So I grabbed that much, and we'll just start to press this on our upper crease using the side of my E28. Just keep tapping till it's nice and smooth. Pretty. So then I'm going to pick up that same exact color, but I'm going to pick it up more on the tip of the brush. And I cannot stress enough how just using different sides of the brush can create different looks. So now we're going to add definition in here with that same color, still pressing it into the socket, and I kind of just tilted my head back. And when you know where that product is on your brush, then you can place it differently for a different effect. So we had that first smooth transition, and now we can continue to kind of shape the eye by picking the product up on the tip instead of the side. I'm gonna grab some more. Every time I look down, that means I'm grabbing more product. About that much. And then I'm gonna shade over here. We're already to the fun part. Let's dive right on into the olive. Ooh. Again, it's really gonna matter where we pick this up because we don't want this to escape too much up here. So we're gonna grab it on the tip of the brush. That much. I wanna show you that it's only on the tip of the brush. There you go. We're gonna take that, I'm gonna tilt my head back, and I'm gonna start to kind of press and pack this into our socket. Again, I don't want this to come up too high. I don't mind if it escapes a little bit. Only I would use that word. I'm making it more the product just so we can pack it through the center. But that's how I see it visually. It's escaping, and then once it escapes, it gets out of control. That looks... I forgot where I was, but I was talking about just making sure that we have control of this. These kind of colors, once you go kind of past a warm brown, they absolutely want to get out of control. They want to run away. They want to do somersaults across your face. Now you'll see when my eyes completely relax, it's just nice and transitioned. It didn't make its way up too high. That's a really pretty color. We're gonna add a little bit more depth with the different shade, but for right now, I'm just gonna work on this eye. Same exact technique. And I always start kind of this third here. I guess I should say, I kind of start right in the center and then I'll go over this way. That's my kitty cat snoring. I have a lot of new supporters recently. Hello, welcome. I'm so happy to have you. Normally I answer my DMs, but right now my DMs are absolutely feral and it's freaking me out because I love to stay in close contact with all of you. But I'm saying all of that because you're gonna hear snoring in the background, and it's a very large orange boy cat. This is so pretty. I love it. It's so simple. I am gonna deepen my socket a little bit more. I'm gonna grab the shade Glycerin. Just a little bit. I grabbed a lot less of that. I would show you, but I don't know if you can really see it on the brush since it's basically the same color as the bristles. But I grabbed a lot less of that than I did the green. I basically just want to turn this a little bit deeper olive, and this shade's gonna do it. Picked up a little bit more. And I think I'll just shade the outer part of the eye. Jean being sleeping so well these days. He's always sleeping well. So whenever we use shimmers, we want to add that extra base. I talked about this the other day, and the reason I do this is because shimmers really need something to grab onto. And when we wet our brush, occasionally, it can cause hard pan. And hard pan is when, none of my palettes have it, so I can't show it. They used to. It's when they get this film on top of them, and then you're not really able to pick that product up anymore. So instead of wetting my brushes, I just let the base kind of be the grab, and you'll see that it works perfectly. I'm gonna grab the same E28, and I wanna grab this shade. I pick up quite a bit of the shimmer. Oh, that's pretty. And then I'm gonna press it and pull. Oh, that's a pretty green. So then we'll just take that all over our lid. And I'm pressing and pulling. Please, whatever you do, don't sleep on City Color. Just don't. Look at how smooth and beautiful that is. I have very high-end palettes and they perform beautifully, but some of them, they don't even look like this. That is just lovely. It just goes on like butter. Gorgeous. I'm gonna go get y'all a link. I love the tones in this palette. Y'all are gonna get sick of this palette because I'm not gonna stop using it. It's just really the vibe right now. I'm gonna grab a MAC pencil. This is the shade Feline. I think this one's discontinued, but just grab a black eye pencil. This one was just closest. And we're just going to run this along our lash line. Notice that I left it bare. It's not because I forgot to put shadow there. It's just easier for liners, any kind of liner, to kind of glide over a more sparse area instead of going over a shimmer. And then I think I'm gonna stop it here, but we're gonna smudge it. And also another tip is we wanna work quickly. So I probably shouldn't have done that side. Don't do that. Work on one eye at a time, but I wanted to show y'all something. But I can still make it work. Okay, I'm really working it into the lash line. Might seem like a lot, but... And then let's do top and bottom. I like to start here, shut my eye, and then just kind of roll it. Now we're gonna grab the shade here, Grunge. Grab that on an E27. We are going to need a smaller brush for this. And just kind of tap that on top. Really grungy. Really messy. Just spicy. Ooh, that's pretty. So I cleaned up a little bit with some micellar water, but I'm not going to be able to kind of smooth this in the way I want it till I get my foundation on. But then we're going to talk about some Sephora faves. I'm going to do a quick rundown here. I'm also going to be filming an actual video, but the sale started today for Rouge, and we gotta go. We gotta get that list going. So I really like these House of Lashes Divine Light lashes. I feel like this is kind of the lash of the 90s. It's mascara vibes, but a little bit more spiky. It's less work than trying to get your mascara to look this way. But I really, really like the style. So if we want to know about skincare, check my skincare saved highlights. Everything is recent right now, so check my skincare saved highlights and check my skin prep saved highlights, also recent. I'm going to focus mainly on makeup, but that is fresh. That's what I'm using. That's what I recommend. So check that out. So this is what pops up. Remember, I'm Rouge because I buy a lot of makeup. Okay, but what's going on if you are Rouge, and if not, just Google it. Just Google Sephora Sale 2022, and then the rest will pop up. So I'm going to be getting 20% off of what I purchase, and then 30% off of Sephora collection, and we're going to get into that. But really quickly, I just wanted to show you this, and it did start today. It starts for other, what do they call it? Other, I don't know what it's called. There's VIB and another one. I forget what it's called. But for every level, we'll just say every level, I think they start in 2 days, but Rouge gets first access. So I did a wear test for this not too long ago, and I absolutely love it. And it's a beautiful cream foundation, just absolutely beautiful. I just washed my hands, so I'm gonna grab some out of here. Don't be alarmed by the match. It's gonna match beautifully. Remember, I'm always matching down here. And another reason I love it, I love the powder with it. We're gonna be putting that on too. And I'm not going super full coverage today, so that's gonna be enough. Again, please always trust that my foundation is going to match. But you can trust I'm gonna have the reddest ears in the tri-state area. Let me get some foundation on that. Goodness. There we go. It's so pretty. Look how pretty that is. And then you could build it up too. But this is going to be the one I recommend because I love a 2-for-1 special. So I have a very small amount of that foundation here on an E29, and I'm going to start by taking it through here. We're just going to clean this up a little bit. And this is where I was saying we needed to kind of smooth all of this out a little bit more. Tap it into there. Transition that. Sephora Collection Concealer, please add this to your cart. Add it to your cart. Plus, it's 30% off. Please. Immediately. It's so good. So I'm going to use a little bit of this shade, and I'm going to use it to color correct. Somewhere in this is my C31. There it is. So we're going to color correct because anytime we use all of this black liner and these kind of grungy colors, it's going to bring out darkness underneath my eyes. And then we'll use another shade to brighten. But add this to your list. It's a fantastic, beautiful, thin, pigmented, wonderful concealer. And then the shade 22P is the shade that I would use to brighten. Do that through the center. And I'll just use my C31. You can watch this melt. And it's so thin you can layer it. And I'm trying to keep this eye a little bit more rounded, so I don't want to take the concealer up that way. Just over this way. Satisfying to watch concealer blend. I find it very relaxing. I forgot. This is what I have on my brows. Get this in the Sephora sale too. This is the Valentino Brow Trio. I use the shade Granite. And my brow tutorial is on my saved highlights as well. I'm on top of everything right now. It feels good. You might be new here, but if you've seen the Valentino liner, it went very viral, and I had been telling y'all about it for quite some time, but if it's on the Sephora website, I'm not even going to go into detail. Just get it. Just get it. I don't know how many years this has been in my Sephora favorites. I don't even know. I can't keep count. I'm telling y'all, I always go back. I try my best to find affordable dupes. We find beautiful powders. But if I'm going to sit down and do my makeup and I'm going to go somewhere, be seen in person, I'm going to wear Givenchy powder, shade 03. That's what I'm gonna wear. Let me just tap this out real quickly before we set. It's absolutely stunning. Absolutely never lets me down. And it just looks beautiful, and it's blurring. And it's great for mature skin. It's great for oily skin. It's great for everybody. Please, just put this in your cart. It's the best. Also, NARS Laguna 03. You'll have to try this one. I'm gonna film an official little video to post about it, but I thought that y'all want the in-depth here. I feel like it's different people who watch my story that watch the post, so. I will say I haven't set the outer perimeter where we are bronzing right now. I haven't set there yet. We're gonna set there with the Patrick Ta powder. It's a little bit too much there. We'll just switch over here. And I'm not really, again, we talk about contouring. Contouring would be great, but what I am doing is just kind of making sure that everything kind of flows. Look how easy that blended out. I want all of this to flow. I'm gonna blend it a little bit more, but I wanted to show you how beautiful the color is. Now we're gonna grab the powder side here, and I'm just gonna set the outer perimeter of my face. Remember, I set the center already with our Givenchy. And I'm using that same exact C41, but I'm not going to set this high point here. I'm gonna let that kind of glow through. And this is just gonna melt everything together. We love a 2-for-1 special. I don't know why I think that's so funny. This foundation and powder, and then the Givenchy underneath my eyes. It looks like a filter. So these are super spicy priced, but I think these are probably one of my favorite products as well. Valentino Beauty really sat down and said, let's do this and let's do it right. I'm telling y'all, I love everything that they do. These are very special because I mentioned these are the ones that you can use on your eyes and your cheeks. I'm gonna use this one. Born in Roma, which is 01, is my absolute fave, but it's normally sold out. This is the one that I use the most after that one, 05. And I know it looks very intimidating, but it's not. See, it's absolutely beautiful. You could build it up to be this intense, but we're not going to today. Look how pretty that is. Ugh, I love these so much. I highly recommend them because, again, eye and cheek, 2-for-1 special. Let's finish up our eye. We're gonna grab this olive shade again on an E28. And I'm just gonna press that underneath my lashes. That is so pretty. Look at how brown my eyes look now too. I've seen a few mixed reviews on these. I absolutely love them. Love them. If I'm leaving the house, one of these is on my lips. This one's my favorite. It's very nude. They're gonna work wonderfully with a lip liner, but there's a technique, and guess what? Guess who's here to show you? Me. So with this particular lipstick, it's not a big ordeal, it's nothing, but we do want to go in with our lip liner first, and I wanna keep it thin. And by thin, I mean I don't want quite as much on my actual lip. What I'm wanting to say is I don't want to fill it in. Just line it normally. Just don't try to fill in the lip with it. It's not scary. See, what I'm gonna do is I'm not gonna shade. There you go. This is also an important tip. Whenever I sit down to do my makeup, first thing I do is I put this on my lips. I've used a lot of lip balms. This one is the best. It wears beautifully under lipstick. It doesn't mess with the long wear formulas like this one. So highly recommend this one, and I'm 99.9% sure it's sold at Sephora. So let me go check that and get this. Oh, I got too excited to talk about these. MAC Oak Lip Liner. Not at Sephora, but it is what I'm using today. Now let's put on our lipstick. I like to start in the center. And your body heat's warming it up. Isn't that hurty? It's so hurty. Now leave it. Don't press your lips together. Don't do anything. Just let it completely dry. This is the biggest thing I had to learn when it comes to anything that sets. Don't do it. I want to do it. I'm not going to do it. I just feel like, look at how smooth my skin looks. This is probably one of my favorite all together looks. It just looks so pretty. I love it. The eye makeup, how smooth my skin looks. The glow, it's good. And then I'm going to show you this. What you are going to see is you're going to see lip liner, but you'll be able to tell from the pink. The lip liner isn't, I know I'm so weird, but this is a good place for you to see it. That is the lip liner. The lipstick does not come off. See? Just everywhere that I put the lip liner. And they don't feel like your traditional matte liquid lipstick. They feel like nothing. It feels like I have nothing on my lips right now. I love them. I love these so much, and I'm not sure why they're so slept on. They take a little bit of getting used to, again, with knowing about the lip liner and about just making sure that your lips are hydrated right when you sit down or right when you finish your skincare routine. But that's it. They're wonderful. Wonderful. And then if you want to know about which palette I recommend from Sephora, this was a tough choice. Actually, no, it wasn't. This one is my favorite. This one. Get this one if you're wanting to get a palette in the Sephora sale, because this is a very spicy price, but I use this all the time and I absolutely love it. This quality, this is my favorite one. This one. Love it. So that's really everything that just truly speaks to me. I can't get over how good my skin looks. It looks so pretty. And I love how it looks so filter-like, but then there's still so much glow. So pretty. But I feel like these can sometimes be overwhelming. And if I had shown like 15, 20, 25 products, it can get very overwhelming. And I just want to show things that truly speak to me and that look wonderful. And things I use all the time and things that I've done wear tests on. Like the foundation that RUNNOFT, the Patrick Ta, like the one that I have on. I love everything here that I mentioned, and I want you to know that you're gonna love it too. Absolutely. Tried and true. Tried and true. I am gonna film my Sephora faves, and if I forgot anything here, it'll be there, but I think that that's everything. I get here and then I'm like, oh yeah, I love everything, and then I'm like, I forgot to mention this, or I forgot to mention this. So I like doing this and then doing the official rundown. So this is good. This is fun. I want to know, what are you getting? Because I might want to get it if I don't have it. I think my DMs are working, so I have a million DMs to answer now. So that's where I'm going to go. I love you so much. And again, thank you for 1 year of Rosamond Beauty. 1 year. Couldn't do this without you. I love you, and I'll see you in the comments tonight.